In a recent video, I participated in the hashtag toonme challenge and invited you guys to use the hashtag toonme to submit your own selfies where I would choose a few of you guys and redraw you. So that's what we're doing today. The first selfie we are going to be drawing is from Ming Hao on Twitter, and I thought this was a really good one to start off with as a practice because, to be honest, I'm not that great at recreating actual likeness of people when it comes to my illustrative style. I do have a very simple and shapely style, and I really like to keep things simple, so a straight-on selfie was definitely the best place for me to start off when drawing characters that looked like people, or at least represented what they looked like. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of exaggerations, a lot of cartoon versions and made up features when it comes to my style, so just keep that in mind when comparing my drawing to the actual person. I'm not making fun of them. This is all in great fun, and I think all these people are very cute and were really fun to exaggerate. So when it came to deciding on the left or the right side to illustrate this person, I knew I had to do the left side because obviously the right side was obstructed by hands. That aside, this was a really cute pose to turn into an illustrative style because the fingertips were just going into that cartoon version, and the face was just really cute. We have this little smirk, almost like a pouty lip look, so I have the underlip sticking out. And even though their eyes are open, they're a little squinty, so I thought this would be really cute to put into my classic droopy eye style where their eyes are closed and looking a little sleepy just because they are closed. And the hair color was so fun to do. I love me a good teal, so the hair color was absolutely a blast. And I'm not sure what the purpose of the band-aid on the nose is. Maybe it's one of those aesthetic looking things, but that was also really fun because it was a tie-dye pattern on the band-aid. Overall, I had a lot of fun with this selfie. I think the representation of my cartoon style definitely came through and did a good job representing the actual person. So thank you so much to Ming Hao for letting me redraw you. It was a good warm-up. Next up we have Cookie's Hime, and once I saw that colorful hair, which there's a huge pattern in all of these illustrations I do, you guys love to color your hair and I'm a little jealous. Overall, your aesthetic, and it feels weird to be talking to one person in this voiceover, but hey, Cookie's Hime, your aesthetic, pretty cool. I couldn't resist drawing the hair and also the glasses and the outfit, and just overall, you look like a pretty cool person, so I couldn't resist redrawing you. So when it came to deciding on the left or the right side of this photo, there is pretty much not a whole lot of difference between the left and right side. It's almost a completely straight on selfie, but there is a slight tilt to the head, so I did have a little bit of an option if I wanted to draw the left or the right side. For whatever reason, I felt like the right side just turned out a little bit better. I don't know if it was just the luck of the sketch or if the slight tilt was doing me favors. Either way, that's what I decided to go with. Obviously, the main feature in this illustration is definitely the hair. It was so much fun to stylize all of those curls. I absolutely loved it. And the color, again, love a good teal green. And also, I really had a lot of fun exaggerating the eye shape. I don't know what it was, but I just was feeling a nice rounded rectangle look, and it was kind of silly. Loved it. Came out really cute. It was at this point that I was thinking that maybe I was doing a little bit too much of a tracing when it came to the real style. Obviously, I do a very stylized jacket, but I was thinking it was coming out a little too realistic for my style, but I think in the end I got something that looked a little more towards my art style, and this is definitely a theme throughout all of these. Like I said, I'm not the best at recreating an actual person and their likeness, so translating my art style into actual clothes and an actual face is something of a struggle, but I think this was a success, and I think she turned out really cute. Next up is Kupari Sippy, which, you guys, that colorful hair I have to wonder if maybe the colorful hair was something I was attracted to just because it made it easier for me to turn them into a cartoon version. The more unique and abstract features a face or person has, the easier it is definitely to turn them into a cartoon version. So maybe subconsciously, that's what I was going for. So when it came to deciding on the left or the right side of this face, because it was more of a 3/4 view, there was definitely a huge difference between the two. It wasn't just a straightforward facing image, so it makes a huge difference. You think it wouldn't make that big of a difference, but it makes a huge difference. I did quite like the stylization of the left side with that more edge of the face 3/4 view, but I think in the end I really like the right side just because you could see more of the head, more of the body, you could see the ear, the shaved head. There was just more going on that side than the left side, so that's why I went with the right side. Going into the sketch, I originally made the eyeball a complete full circle, but then I decided that her eye was a little bit more squinted and I thought it would be more cute if I exaggerated that shape, so I went for a more half circle shape for the eye. And even though the mouth was closed, I thought it would be a little more expressive and fun to have a open mouth, teeth showing smile, just like when I did my hashtag toonme challenge. I also had a closed mouth, but I ended up going with an open mouth smile. Overall, I really enjoyed turning them into a cartoon style, especially that sort of sap green, dookie green sweater. Completely perfect. Love the color. And overall, they just had a very unique and fun look to put into a cartoon style. I mean, I didn't even talk about the hair, but can we talk about the hair? So bright, so yellow, so tall. Love it. Next up is Mushroom Lad on Twitter, who disappointedly is not holding a mushroom, but instead a very generic leaf plant. Very disappointed in you, Mushroom Lad. I'm just joking. I was actually really excited to redraw this one just because of the plant being held, but to be honest, I actually didn't go with the side with the plant. Again, just like the previous illustration, I just felt like there was more personality and more to the face on the right side because this was another 3/4 view. There was just more of the person on the side that wasn't the 3/4. Even though I really did want to draw them holding the plant, it was going to be very silly. I just felt like the sketch on the right side turned out better, so that's what I ended up going with. As far as stylization goes, I did end up going with my classic squinted eye look, and I gave them quite a huge grin. At least in this image, they are smiling with their teeth, so I'm not like adding that addition to the illustration, but it is funny just how much more I exaggerated that grin compared to the original. I mean, obviously any way I exaggerate is going to be a lot more exaggeration just because illustrative styles are very exaggerated. But anyways, I actually had a lot of fun with this one. I'm not sure if everything just aligned well, but the hairstyle I feel like fit so perfectly for my art style. I love the clothes, the colors, that mustard yellow was great. The plaid was really fun to recreate. And somehow, even though hats are something I tend to struggle with drawing in my illustrative style, I felt like I really had an easy time with drawing this hat. Don't know what happened there, but it turned out pretty good. And overall, I feel like this one fits so well with the original image. I think it just turned out really nice, and I'm happy with it. And I hope you are too, Mushroom Lad. Thank you so much for letting me redraw you. When I saw the selfie from dcurl2211 with a hairless cat, I could not resist redrawing this image. Unfortunately, it was in a portrait mode, which meant if I wanted to keep that square crop, I did have to choose where the cat got cut off. But thankfully, with my illustrative style, I was able to squeeze more of the cat's face into the illustration. You know, focusing on the priorities here, obviously, the cat. Aside from the cat, I was actually really excited to recreate this selfie just because I did want to draw some facial hair, which we had a lovely beard and mustache on the selfie, so I was super excited to draw that, and also more colorful hair. Heck yeah. Thankfully, where the cat was situated in this picture made it very easy on how I wanted to crop this image. So obviously there were two things I wanted to include. I did want the cat's face and also some beard hair. As tempting as those cat skin rolls were to recreate in my style, that is sarcasm, I did not want to draw that cat's skin fold body. I am completely aware of how much skin cats have. That's why they are able to stretch and move as they do. But oh my goodness, those skin rolls were not something I wanted to draw. So like I mentioned, because of my exaggerated style, I was able to get more of the cat's face into the image, even though I did crop quite a bit of it out. I had so much fun stylizing the cat, and even though I didn't draw the skin rolls, I was able to draw some of that skin foldage around the neck, which was really interesting looking. Even though the cat is quite simple and not that huge of a part of this image, I think it did turn out really well, and I am happy with how it turned out. And I really like the colors of this one. This one turned out really fun. It's kind of got a pastel look to it with the hair fading out and growing out from the brown, the pink nose, and of course that light sort of brown red beard. Everything about this one was really fun, and I really enjoyed the way it turned out, and I hope you do too, D-Curl. Thank you so much for letting me draw you. And for our sixth and final redraw, we have, and I hope I'm saying this right, Sissy Manik. When I saw this in the tags, I knew immediately I was going to end up drawing this one. Now, it looks very interesting and fun to recreate, but I knew it was going to be quite a challenge. So let's start from the beginning. Right away, I really wasn't sure which side I wanted to draw. On one hand, the left side had a really fun, exaggerated way of having the hand rest on the cheek. Did I want that cheek being pushed up? It was really cute and I did like it. However, the vibe I got from the right side was just so interesting, and one of my friends even described it as a comic book style, and I thought it looked so cool. I had to go with it. It was very tempting to do both sides, but I had to pick one, so I went with the right. Everything about this portrait was just so much fun to put into my style. Everything from the little dreadlocks, which I had so much fun adding texture to and stylizing. All the little lines were just almost therapeutic, and it was just, I had a lot of fun with this hairstyle. I definitely saved the best for last. This one was my favorite by far. So if you made it this far in the video, congratulations! There were definitely a lot of aspects of this illustration that I enjoyed, from stylizing the hair to exaggerating the facial expression, and especially that lighting. Now, I will admit the lighting did not come out exactly how I wanted it to. I definitely missed the mark when it came to the vibrant colors and exaggerated lighting, but I think it was really fun practice for me to put into my style. And overall, even though it's not exactly how I wanted it to come out, I can't be mad about it. I think this one turned out really fun. All of the shape exaggerations, the colors, the lighting, I absolutely love this piece. So thank you so much for letting me redraw you, and I hope you like this piece because your selfie game is definitely on point. And this was definitely really good practice for my lighting, even though it's not the best, but it's a start. So a huge thank you to everyone who let me draw them, and a thank you to everyone who joined the hashtag. I'm sorry I couldn't draw more of you. I had so much fun with this challenge. I definitely need to do it again. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay golden. You know what time it is. Thank you so much to my patrons for all of their support. You guys are amazing. If you want to become a patron, check out the link in the description. Coloring pages, early access to my videos, and secret sketches. Join if you want, or don't. Okay, bye.